Okay, so I want to tell a little story about this thing that happened when I was in the Army at West Point. Okay, so it's summer 2008. We're down training Army cadets at West Point. Those of you who heard some of my other stories, you know a little bit about that. And one of the rules was, and they briefed us on this our first day, right? Is that we were allowed to drink on the post we were staying at called Camp Natural Bridge, a few miles down the road from West Point. They had a little cantina where there's supposed to be a 3 beer limit. Yeah, like a 30 beer limit. But, anyways, we were not to drink anywhere off post, not at the mall, no. Because you have an alcohol related incident at West Point. I mean, that shit can go all the way up to Washington, D.C. if the incident's bad enough. Like, you're going to embarrass your unit in front of the entire army. No. But, of course, we would do it anyways. And usually there were no incidents, so no one got in any trouble. Like, we got away with it. And this one day, it's one weekend, we're supposed to go out to the mall. It's called the Middletown Mall in Middletown, New York. And the funny thing is I wasn't even supposed to be on this trip. This story was never supposed to even happen. Because there's like this list. You write your name down on a list and you say, yes, I want to go out to the mall. Reserve me a spot in the duty van. Because, it would get full and then you couldn't go if you didn't write your name down. And I had written my name down, but there was some confusion. And when it came time to get in the van, it was full. But I'm like, whatever. It's just the mall. I go to the mall every week. Big deal, whatever. I'll just hang out in the barracks. So I walk back in, and my Chief Sergeant Bellis was like, Levy, what are you doing? I thought you were going to the mall. I'm like, oh, Chief, the van was full for some reason. I'm just going to stay here. He's like, no, Levy, that's not fair. They can't kick you out of the van. So he walks outside, stops the van before it leaves. He goes, okay, I want Levy to fit in here. This is not leaving until he's in the van. Now, to this day, I don't know if he was doing it to be nice, because he wanted me to be able to go out for the day, or he just didn't want to see my face for a few hours and was making sure I left. But either way, I end up getting in the van, and we go to the Middletown Mall. And I'm just walking around, chilling. I went to like a Borders or something, was reading a book. And I think I was actually in Borders when my phone rings. And this guy Parsons, right, is calling me. Parsons is another shitbag that ended up getting kicked out, but he was a nice guy. I don't think anybody really disliked him personally. I liked him. He was a funny guy. But, this guy was another fucking alcoholic. And even though he's like 40 years old at the time, he's one of the oldest guys we had. Oh, man. He's like 40 going on 12. And he calls me. He's like, hey, Levy, man. We're all at the bar. You should come down here. There's some girls. Go meet some of the girls we're with. And I'm thinking like, no, there's not. They're just trying to lure me into the bar and get me to drink. Like, this is not exactly a ladies' man, Parsons. And neither were any of the other guys we were with. I'm like, whatever. I'll go meet up with him. So I go to this bar they had in the mall. And it's him, this fucking Indian guy, Smith, right? From Texas. Smith was another fucking drunk. Another guy I liked. We were pretty cool. But when he was drunk, he would turn into a total belligerent asshole. Like, he was a total pussy when he was sober. But when he was drunk, he'd turn into this big belligerent tough guy and like try to fight you. And that's exactly what he did. Because as soon as I walk into the bar, without a word, he walks up to me and fucking headbutts me. It was like a love tap. It didn't really do anything. But I'm like, what the fuck? Did this guy just give me a headbutt? I just got here and he's starting already. And he spends like the next 10 minutes trying to start a fight with me. Hey, you little bitch. Go, fuck you, bitch. Come on, let's fucking fight, you pussy. Like, oh my God. I should have been used to this with Smith already. But like, yeah. And I keep trying to walk away. I'm like, if we get in a fist fight in the mall, when they told us not to drink, holy shit, I'll still be doing push-ups in 2020. No way. So I'm avoiding it at all costs. Like, no matter what he did, I'm trying to walk away. Until finally the bartender, this chick, is like, if both of you don't stop it right now, I'm kicking you the fuck out. Knock it off. I don't care who's starting what, just stop it. And finally we're like, okay, this bitch is gonna beat our ass. And so he chills out. And then we also had Danks. Danks was this guy, another older guy, not a shitbag at all. He was a good soldier. And he also got a Purple Heart for getting blown up with an RPG in Iraq. I don't know if it hit the Humvee he was riding in or what, but he got fucked up. And then, yeah, he was one of the most respected, like, beloved guys in our unit. Everybody loved Danks. I loved Danks. And this guy could drink like nobody's business. Apparently, he had like 37 double shots or something in like 3 hours. I don't know if I believe that, but I'm sure he drank a shit ton. I mean, he's a big guy, and boy, boy, could he drink. And I had like, what, one shot or something? Barely, or like a half a shot. It was nothing. And then we leave the mall, jump in the duty van, and go back to Natural Bridge. And like I said, we're so used to getting away with this already. This is like a month and a half into our 2-month stay down there. And like, whatever, no one's going to notice. And we get back to Camp Natural Bridge, get out of the van, and figure, okay, that's it. It's over. One more successful trip to drink off post where we didn't get caught. And then like 5 or 10 minutes later, this sergeant major named Sergeant Major Jimenez, he's a sergeant major of 214 Infantry. The guy was a complete fucking asshole, right? Everybody hated this guy, and, well, he hated all of us equally. And he had this vendetta against our unit because he got into a combatives match with our old Sergeant Major, Grinston. Grinston was like this super fucking level 5, ninja level combatives. He could beat basically everybody on post. Literally, there was no one on Fort Drum that could beat this guy. And he whoops Jimenez. And after that, he vowed to get our unit back and fuck us any way he could. Like, that was the reason why we were at Natural Bridge. Because we were all set up to stay on the West Point campus. One of the most beautiful college campuses in the country. And then he's like, fuck you. You think I'm going to give you guys the pleasure of staying at West Point? No, you're staying at Camp Natural Bridge. Have a good time. Yeah, so Jimenez bursts into our barracks and goes, hey, I just saw this idiot from your battery speeding back to the parking lot with the fucking duty van. Doesn't know how to drive. And I look in the van and I smell alcohol. And as soon as they hear the word alcohol, oh, our NCOs immediately spring into action, of course. And go, okay, I want to know who the fuck was drinking. We told you guys not to drink. We've told you this a million times. Who the fuck was drinking? I want to know now. And of course, no one's going to raise their hand and admit to that. Like, okay, nobody, huh? You think this is over? Okay, we'll see. I'm hoping it was, and they were just bluffing. Get wrong. Like 20, 30 minutes later, I'm at the MWR using the computer, and someone's like, Levy, they want to talk to you guys again. Go back to the barracks. Fuck. So they try it again. They go, all right. Everybody who is drinking better admit it now, or we're going to smoke the living shit out of all of you. So if you want your buddies to pay for this who aren't drinking, stay silent. But you better admit it now. Bunch of hands go up, like Parsons, Danks. And I'm thinking like, okay, if they make us blow at the MP station, I'm probably going to blow a 0-0. But I guess I wasn't thinking, and I was so scared of Sergeant Bellis. Like, if I blow it even .01, That guy's gonna smoke me for like 2 days for lying to him. So I slowly raise my hand. Yeah, all right, Chief, me too. And then Bellis proceeds to take me and Parsons over to the sand pit next to the barracks and smoke us for about 45 minutes, right? Probably the longest I'd ever been smoked, like without stopping. And I didn't have a problem with it because I was skinny and in really good shape. Always got high PT scores. Well, I mean, it sucked, but whatever. I was surviving it. But Parsons was fat and slow and out of shape. And he was basically what you call a broke dick. That guy could barely pass a PT test. You know, the guy who does 3 push-ups and drops to his knees, which is exactly what he would do. He'd do like 3, 4 push-ups, drop to his knees. Why the fuck are you on your knees, Parsons? Get up! Keep pushing! Get up! And he'd try to like say something, and that would piss him off even more, Bellis, and he'd scream at him more. And we had to like low crawl through the sand from one end of the sand pit to the other, and push-ups and all this bullshit. Then finally Bellis has enough, again after like 45 minutes, and he tells us, run over to the side of the barracks. I'm going to talk to you in a minute. I figured, great, this is over. Otherwise, why would he let us up if it wasn't? And we run over there, and Bellis catches up with us. And before he could really say anything to us at all, Parsons, this fucking idiot, starts like mouthing off to him. Like, what? How stupid are you? We just got smoked for 45 minutes. Why? What? And Bellis goes, oh yeah, Parsons? Yeah? You guys got 15 seconds to get back to that fucking sand pit. Move now! Oh, god damn it, Parsons. I'm gonna fucking kill you. You better sleep with one eye open tonight, motherfucker. So we ended up getting like another 15 or 20 minutes in the sand pit. Finally, Parsons is smart enough to shut the fuck up. Oh, thank God. And at least the physical part of it was over. Finally. And then, Bellis was a real old school NCO. Like, if you fucked up, he would punish you like that. But afterwards, you really would never hear another word about it again. He'd act like it never happened. And, I mean, the very next day, he, like, ordered me pizza, like me and Parsons. And we're like, Chief, we really don't deserve this. You guys got punished, whatever. Take my credit card and order it. I was like, wow. And we were hoping this was it, and we wouldn't get any Article 15s. But it was like I said, this was an alcohol-related incident. It was technically off-post. Nothing happened when we were off-post, but we did disobey an order from a colonel not to drink, and some punishment had to come down. So, unfortunately, me and 8 other guys that were referred to as the Middletown Nine ended up getting Article 15s. No, not everybody. Actually, in the end, it was only me and Smith. The other 7 skated. Like, are you fucking shitting me? We're the only 2. We all drank. What? And I had the lowest alcohol content out of I blew a 0-0 at the MP station. And I felt like a total moron. But again, if I had lied to Bellis and got caught, yeah, I'd be getting smoked for way more than 45 minutes. Fucking Danks blew like a .19 or something after about 5 hours. That's how much this motherfucker drank. And yet, I get an Article 15? Fuck you, motherfuckers. So I ended up with like 2 weeks of extra duty. I didn't lose any rank because it was only a summarized Article 15, which is the lowest grade of Article 15, least severe. But, yeah, I got kind of fucked for that. And then, I'll just add a little something on. About a week after this, maybe a little less, 5 days a week, this guy Casey, you heard my Eastridge story, you know a little bit about him. Casey and a bunch of other guys come up to me when I'm at the MWR. They're like, "Hey, Levy, man, yo, we're going out to Burger King." I mean, we're not supposed to go off post without permission, of course. I mean, you go to Burger King? Yeah, man, come on. You want to come with us? No, man. I just got like a fucking Article 15 for the shit at the mall. Like, you think I want another one already? You guys are going to get caught. Like, no, we're not. We're not. We'll be fine, bro. They don't even know we're leaving. They sneak out without getting caught, and then they end up getting busted when they were coming back and got in trouble. And this particular group of guys was known as the hamburglars. And the hamburger and Burger King jokes never really ended for them. So, I was like, yeah, I was just just became Middletown 9. I do not need to be a hamburglar too and be part of both groups. Glad I passed on that. But yeah, so that was my little story about the time we went out to the mall when I was at West Point and drank even though we weren't supposed to, disobeyed the colonel's orders and got caught, and got the living shit smoked out of me for it in an Article 15. But again, at least I wasn't a hamburglar too. What a time. What a fucking time.